Yeah. That's how we got to get it started. That's right. Energy, martial arts. That's right. And it's your boy, Preston, back again, Fat Samurai Guy, with Demetrius Angelo. That's right. We've got another amazing urban action showcase podcast episode for you guys. And if you guys are unaware who I am, you may have seen me at this year's superhero Kung Fu extravaganza panel. That's right, hanging out with Rick Myers and Frank Jang at this year's San Diego Comic Con. If you guys are new to me on this channel, check me out on YouTube. But last time we had a blast here, Demetrius. Last time we were hanging out with Sijo Steve Mohammed and Bishop Donnie Williams. That's right, Viking Samurai. We had a blast. And then earlier this year, we hung out with Bobby Samuels and Michael Woods. It's all love here. We have fun here. We have a great time talking martial arts and movies. And we got a plethora today because soon we're going to lead up to it. We're going to talk about Warrior Island, baby. That's right. But again, I am surrounded by martial arts titans of the industry. Legends are here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go around. I'm going to have them introduce themselves to the live audience. Thank you all for watching and tuning in today to the channel. We're going to start with this legend right here. Welcome to the channel, Silvio.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Silvio Simak. I'm from UK, and it's been an absolute pleasure for me to finally see Warrior Island come to fruition. It's something which has been in the pipeline for the last 12 years, and I've been there alongside James Jefferson all this time. So it's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to be here tonight.
Yes, it's an honor to have you, my friend. And we're gonna get to the creator right here, James.
Hey.
Welcome, sir.
Hey, guys! I'm the humble creator, James Jefferson here, Warrior Island captain, steering the ship.
Yes, well, welcome, my friend. And you're already family here because you got the Chucks. He's got the Chucks.
Gotta have the Chucks.
He's family now. That's right. And up here, oh my God. Well, first, let me get to the other legend over here. Welcome back, brother, to the channel, Demetrius.
Oh, thank you so much. First, I would like to thank all of the guests, Grandmaster Ron Van Cleef, James Jefferson, Silvio, Grandmaster Stephen Hayes. These are all the icons I grew up with. I'm just grateful and honored that they are with us, and they'll be with us this year for UASC 11. And thank you, sir, for having us all.
Yes, it's always an honor. And here he is, the Grandmaster. Ron, welcome to the channel.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here, guys. I remember when James started the Warrior Island concept about 12 years ago. I was enthralled by his energy and his ambition, and finally here it's finally evolved.
That's right.
Warrior Island.
That's right, baby. That's right. Well, it's always an honor to have the Black Dragon
Follow the code.
Hanging out. That's right. Follow the code. And speaking of code, the ninjutsu code, welcome, Stephen.
Hey, great to be here. Great to be here. You know, it's a funny story. I met James Jefferson at Alan Goldberg's event a while ago, and he said, we're talking about doing about this movie. And, you know, for so many years, so many people have talked to me, oh, we're going to do a movie. So I always say, sure, put me down. He really made it happen. He really did it. And so I got a chance to be with Silvio and Ron and James in this movie, and told all my friends about it. So we're going to have a whole lot of fun with this.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear some behind-the-scenes creation of this project. But hold on, we got some awesome people watching right now. Here we go. We have right here. Hey, fellas, can't wait to see the trailer for the movie. There you go. We got Keep Forward Productions saying, let's start the ruckus. Another fellow filmmaker. Yes. That's good to see him watching right now. So, yeah, let's go around a little bit again. And Silvio, how did you get into martial arts, my friend?
Oh, wow. I guess being a kid, growing up in the 70s, I was very much inspired, like most people of my generation, by Bruce Lee, who appeared in phenomenal shape. And the sheer speed that he moved with was severely impressive, especially for a young kid. And then it wasn't until a few years afterwards, when I was attacked and beaten up on the street with my brother, that I decided I'm going to do something about this so it doesn't happen in future. So I took up martial arts, initially was Taekwondo. My passion and desire was so immense. The belts changed color very quickly, and then I started to compete. And then it's a long story from there.
Wow, amazing. It's always Bruce Lee, right, Silvio?
I think for most people of my generation, I would say it has to
Yeah.
be Bruce Lee, because he's the one who made the largest impact on the cinema screen with his incredible martial arts skills. So yes, for me, it was initially Bruce Lee.
Copy that. That's awesome. James, how'd you start training and become the Ronin?
Well, interesting enough, I actually was bullied when I was like third, fourth, fifth grade, but it was a little different. I was the biggest kid around. I was over 200 pounds at that age, playing football, but I never would use my size or strength to really hurt the other kids. I would let them pick on me, and then eventually, I of course watched Enter the Dragon, The Last Dragon, Big Trouble in Little China. I mean, just every martial arts movie got me so into training martial arts. I truly am a Ronin because I have no one master. I have like 30 masters. And I've trained everything from Taekwondo. I fought Muay Thai. I fought USA boxing. I was doing I wrestled Division I. So I was wrestling and boxing before the UFC or any MMA ever existed. So I was kind of doing mixed martial arts before that even existed. I've always continued training, weapons, whatever. Jiu-jitsu, I tried with Helston Gracie. He's a 140-pound beast, and I am not going to mess with that man ever again. He put me on my back, and he did just stay there and go like this and pray that I don't do anything. So I'll stick with my wrestling.
Copy that.
But I've surrounded myself for many years with really great human beings. The one thing when you learn about what follow the code means is I've probably met well over 25 to 30 grandmasters in martial arts that have been in the sport for 50, 60, 70 years. And to a man or woman, they will tell you the thing they've learned the most in their entire career was empathy. So after an entire lifetime of training to be a killer, they learn to care about somebody. So it's very powerful to understand that martial arts, yes, it is a war, martial being war, and it's an art. It's really about love and protection, and that's what Warrior Island is. And we really had a great party here for the 10 days and the 100 people on cast, and the feedback I get is amazing. Just the amount of love that came back. So I just surround myself with great people and great things happen.
Nice.
I have lots of ideas. I mean, you're going to see lots of cool stuff in this feature. And then we have the major motion picture being written by Sheldon Lettich and George Saunders right now, which is about a third done. The treatment's done. And that's going to blow the lid off of the theaters in about a year or two.
I mean, that is awesome. That is awesome to have Sheldon involved, man. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, very surreal. We built our own 4-acre set here in a secret location in the jungle, and to have Sheldon there this summer with all these wonderful men and women that were involved, it was weird. It was like my wife came up to me, who's also in the cast, and she tapped me on the shoulder. She says, points over to the temple steps where there's 12 masters were standing there, Ron, maybe 12 masters, including Grandmaster Hayes. And she says, how does that make you feel? And of course I start crying. Like every martial artist, I start crying.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's a long road. Ron and Silvio have been with me since 2010. When I started this whole thing. And if you hear a ruckus behind me, it's because my tabby cat is crazy.
Oh, you'll see cats running around the background of me too. So it's all
cat.
Good, man.
All of us are around crazy cats. So, I mean, that's it. My whole life has been a journey of fighting and sport and being involved in all kind of stuff. But it all goes back to the original Saturday Kung Fu Theater stuff.
Yeah.
That Ron was in and the modern day stuff. That Master Hayes and, of course, Silvio having all his battles in the movie. So it's a great thing. I was blessed enough to meet Demetrius maybe 8, 9, maybe 10 years ago as well. And he's been supportive since day one. Before we even went to the AMC theater, we were over in I believe it was a Sheridan a long time ago, or Hyatt, or over on Avenue America. So it was a while ago, and it's grown so amazing. The expo, part of the Urban Action Showcase and Expo, and all the town. People need to get to it because you don't get many chances to meet these kinds of creative people in one spot.
I keep telling Demetrius, I'm going next year, brother. I'm going next year. I'm gonna find a way to get out there for sure, so I can meet the legends in person. That's right. That's right. So all of you, y'all need to attend this year's. Yes, make sure you guys
We're gonna
check
have
it out this
casting call.
year.
We're having a casting call there for multiple movies.
Yeah,
It's going to be Bam Johnson's doing some great stuff there, and then we have the Sheldon will be there, and we're going to be casting for next year's streaming movie like we did last year. So if you're
there you
an
go.
aspiring martial arts action person, you need to be there and come there with an open mind because you're going to learn from the best.
That's right. That's right. And speaking of learning from the best, Ron, sir, you are such an inspiration. Just for the audience that's watching now, what inspired you to start taking martial arts, sir?
My brother was a bully. He used to beat me up when I was a teenager. So I started training in martial arts with Moses Powell in 1959 at the St. John's Community Center in Brooklyn, New York.
Man, wow. And speaking of continuing to be an inspiration again, I got to show the picture, Ron. Ron, I got to show the picture. Hold on, I'm going to get to it here. Look at this physique. Look at this.
I was
mean,
overweight.
You're overweight. But look at this. This is amazing. You're in such amazing shape. So there you go, guys. There's no excuses. If Ron can still be in shape.
Thank you, Sylvia, for the motivation.
There you go. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. And again, you're still competing in, jiu-jitsu tournaments. You're still winning. I mean, this is really inspiring. Yeah.
I started training with Helson Gracie 13 years ago.
That's where we met, Ron. We met at Helson with Helson in Hawaii. That's where we actually met.
Yeah. And when the very first UFC premiered, Ron, I watched it with my father, and he was kind of like, "Is this pro wrestling? Like, what is this?" But then when he saw you show up, he was like, "Oh, this is legit. This is legit competition." So again,
it was UFC 4.
Yeah, the early UFC, yeah. But yeah, it was just that he was kind of leery on it. My dad at first, he was like, "Is this real?" When the Black Dragon showed up, he was like, "Oh, this is legit. This is real." So again, paving the way for the next generation. So again, it's awesome to have you here. Now, to the real American Ninja, Stephen, what inspired you to start taking martial arts, my friend?
Well, I mean, I was like way before the Bruce Lee movies in the 50s, 1950s. I was a little kid, and I watched other kids at school being picked on and bullied. I wasn't bullied so much myself as the other kids, and I wanted to do something about it, but I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to fight. My family was not a fighter family or anything like that, and I saw a 1955 Lassie TV show, and they had a little Japanese exchange student. This is like 10 years after World War II, who came to the farm, and some farmyard bullies were picking on this little Japanese kid, and he'd used karate and judo on them. And wow, this opened my eyes, to I've got to find this. But there were no schools where I was growing up, so I waited for 10 years. I finally got to the university and got started in martial arts. So that was my story. I was determined to, oh gosh, look at that.
look at that handsome guy right there.
Yeah, I had my hair grown out for my role on Shogun, the miniseries there. And I used to have hair,
And speaking of Shogun, how was it working on that project? And tell us about your involvement with Enter the Ninja as well.
Yeah, well, Shogun was a blast.
That was a hit. That was a big hit.
It was amazing how well received it was in America, and I guess around the world. So many people tuned in, and so I was hired to be one of Richard Chamberlain's crew members. I fall off the ship and drown, and then they offered me a stunt double role for John Rhys Davies, and that was nice. But John is huge, barrel-chested guy, and he has this very Shakespearean voice, and oh gosh, how am I going to imitate him? And so they got me a water ski life vest and they put John's coat over me, and I had to run down this ship yelling, and then I fall off the ship in a rainstorm, and Richard Chamberlain rescues me, and so I'm trying to imitate John. Well, they're not going to even use my voice, but I didn't know that at the time, and so I worked with him for a month and a half, and I think I'm on screen for like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
That's how filming goes.
I'm sure it was a blast filming that.
Oh, I had a blast.
And Enter the Ninja. What was your involvement again in that? Was it helped write the script?
I was the screenwriter. But they didn't use my name. A bunch of things happened between the idea and the actual film, and I was, I can say it now, but I was really embarrassed with the final thing, stuff they did in there. And, I'm thinking about my teacher in Japan. What's he going to say, if I'm so I asked to, I think they made up like Dave Dorward or some such like name for the screenwriter. But I did the original screenplay for Enter the Ninja. And
I'm sure it was better in hindsight. I'm sure it was a better script.
Much better script. Much better script.
Copy that. Silvio, my friend. Yeah. I mean, we are huge fans of you here on the channel, man. Like, you are a beast. I mean, if you want to look at it, what does a Greek god's body look like? Just show them this picture of Silvio. I mean, it's phenomenal. Your skill, your athleticism. I mean, you're just so good, my friend. I mean, we've been fans for a long time, and your contributions to the martial arts movie community has been great, man. I mean, Undisputed 2, fighting Scott Adkins, Jet Li, and Unleashed. I mean, Transporter 3 with Jason Statham. How was it working with those 3 martial art actors?
I think each and every production has been very unique and different in itself. I had something to learn from it, but nevertheless, one thing I always took away with me is an immense inspiration and motivation to strive to be better, to strive to be like some of these legends that I followed my whole life. Scott Atkins was probably one of the first people I worked with. That was my first production in Thailand, Black Mask 2. And we spent 3 months in Thailand, first of all, Bangkok, then Chiang Mai. We became very close friends, and ever since then, we kept pulling each other on movie projects. I think so far we've done 5 features and 2 TV shows together. But as I said, I mean, some of the biggest people have really inspired me. Jason Statham was a phenomenal one to work with. But probably one of the most impressive guys I always recall and bring up during these interviews is Keanu Reeves. Just as a human being, it was a very, very kind, compassionate human being, and very creative in his ways, the way he's working. So I very much enjoyed working with Keanu Reeves. He motivated me in so many ways.
Nice. Yeah, your opening fight with Scott Adkins in Undisputed 2 was so good that really opening fight in martial arts movies, the first fight really is extremely important, not just the finale, but the first fight's extremely important because that sets the tone for how the rest of the movie is going to be.
Right.
And a lot of people that I know I recommended Undisputed 2 to watch. They were like, when they started watching the movie, they're like, we're not sure about it. And then it was your fight with Scott Adkins in the beginning. They were like mind blown. They're like, oh my God, the rest of the movie's action and fight choreography is going to be like this. So it's very important. So man, you're phenomenal. And if they ever do a Street Fighter reboot in the future, you have my vote, Silvio, to play M. Bison. Everybody watching, hashtag it. Silvio Simac as in Bison. Let's go.
I got my guy.
Oh, hold on. Let me blow that up. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Ryu. Yes, love it. I love it.
I actually played Ryu in a PlayStation TV commercial 5-6 years ago.
Oh, nice.
But in the TV production, it was M. Bison.
Nice.
I've been a big fan. I've been a big fan my whole life since I was a kid.
That's right. Everybody watching, hashtag it. Get Silvio into some future more Street Fighter projects because he kills it, man. And speaking of continuing to kill it, Ron, you're still acting in movies today, my friend. Yes. Do you have a favorite film of yours?
No, I don't.
No? How was it working with Fred Williamson in Fist of Fear, Touch of Death?
Fred Williamson is an OG. He studied Goju karate with Aaron Banks back in the 60s and 70s.
Yes.
So I know Fred for a long time. For a long time. He's always been one of my heroes.
Nice. Copy that. Copy that. Yeah, I had a chance to meet Fred Williamson at Dragon Fest, and he was a great guy, man. I had to take my picture with him. But yeah, Black Dragon's Revenge, Way of the Black Dragon. Make sure you guys check all of these movies out. They're kung fu classics. But I have to ask you, I mean, you're still active today in the films like Snow Black, but I have to ask you, in Kung Fu Fever, how was it fighting up against or participating in a good old match against Dragon Lee there?
He was really a cool guy. He had very good martial arts skills. His kicks were good, his hands were good, and he was a really nice guy. And he was a fitness fanatic like Silvio.
There you
Guy
go.
was only 5'5".
Yeah.
He was really pumped up.
Yeah, he's jacked for sure.
Yeah,
But I absolutely loved and adored your documentary, Ron, The Hanged Man, the story of Ron Van Cleef. It was phenomenal. It was great seeing other icons on there, Cynthia Rothrock, Michael Jai White, just showing love and appreciation for you because you are a legend, man. You have paved the way and continue to inspire. So you guys, you need to check out The Hanged Man. It's actually on Tubi right now. You go over there and check it out and watch it. It is phenomenal. And Silvio, we're still talking movies here. We're getting there. We're getting to Warrior Island. Don't worry about it. But Silvio, hey, I got to give a shout out now, to your upcoming.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Upcoming projects. We're looking forward to it. The Shepherd Code, Don the Dragon
Yes.
Wilson, Alan De La Bee, and this phenomenal war film you got coming out, Suicide Platoon.
I just finished shooting the Second World War film last week. I have to say this year I feel very blessed. It's been very, very busy year. I've done 5 feature films and 1 TV show and 1 commercial as well. I just finished shooting a Second World War film, which was a lot of fun. And the Shepherd Code, which was with Alan De La Bee, where I play an assassin. But I also did 2 feature films where I'm a prisoner. So I played prisoners, soldiers, assassins this year, which has been an awful lot of fun.
Yeah. We're looking forward always to your projects, especially the one you got with David coming up, Viking Samurai. That's right. Bloodstorm, correct?
Bloodstorm, that's correct.
Yeah,
yes, that was shot in North California, the Redding, just off Sacramento.
Yeah, looking forward to that for sure. So since I have the real life American Ninja here, Steven, what is your honest thoughts on the American Ninja franchise?
Oh gosh.
I love the laugh before you said, I love the laugh.
What can I say? What
Yeah.
can I say? I'm going to try to be diplomatic here.
How's this? Fun but flawed.
Yeah, fun but flawed. Yeah. Well, I studied the real ninja martial art in Japan in the 70s. And in the 80s, when all those ninja movies were being made, nobody had any idea what the ninja martial art actually looked like.
Right.
So I think they said, okay, it's like karate, but like meaner. And no, it's not like karate, but
meaner.
It's a whole different way of moving.
Right.
And so many people saw these movies, and somehow I was never involved in those
That's
movies.
odd. That's so strange.
Yeah, there's a long story about some little political things.
I mean, wouldn't it be that if they showed a true ninja movie, it would just be a blank, dark screen, and in the end, everyone would just be laying there dead?
I think that's correct. No one wants to just see that. How do they do it? Yeah. So, those things were fun, and like the Sho Kosugi movies. Sho Kosugi and I are still dear friends. We email each other all the time, and he did a great job. And but nobody had actually seen the ninja martial art. I mean, how it works, and it's very different. So that said, I think the wonderful thing was the word ninja became a part of American vocabulary. Everybody who in
pop culture, yeah,
and it still works to this day. Now it's gone crazy. I
have a ninja blender.
A Ninja blender. Ninja air fryer. We have a Ninja air fryer.
Yeah.
It's the Office Ninja. But I still think people respect that word, and that's why it shows up so many different
They
places.
better.
That's right.
I'm still getting some mileage out of that.
Yeah. There we go. You got a chat here. Master Fat Samurai. Well, I'm not a master. I'm amongst masters today. It's an honor to hear your voice. I still have all the Black Belt magazines these legends are in. Look at that. He still has it. How cool is that? Well, it's good seeing you, Todd. Well, speaking of Sho Kasugi, we all love him as well here on the channel. Demetrius, remind everyone about those who are just now chiming in. Remind everyone of what's going on with Revenge of the Ninja.
Oh, absolutely. It's the 40th anniversary of Revenge of the Ninja, and we will have a screening as well as a ninja star throwing contest. Fake ones, though. Fake ninja stars. Something fun for the young people.
Yeah.
But, showing love for the ninjas, man, because, I wanted to be a ninja when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
I dressed up as a ninja for Halloween.
Well, there you go. There you go.
The word on the street was it was karate, but meaner. That was. Oh my goodness! But I gotta back to you, Ron. I have to show this little snippet from the Black Dragon trailer. It's phenomenal.
None of that jumping around and flying through the air, because this is the real shit.
That is amazing. This is the real shit. Oh, more trailers like this, please. People that make movie trailers now, please, more stuff like that, please.
You can grab our trailer off of YouTube. YouTube's Warrior Island has the Warrior Island trailer if you want to grab it.
I do have the 30-second promo. Is that the one you're talking about?
That's it. Yeah, that's
right.
As of this point, that's the official trailer.
All right. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second here. Let me see if there's any. I just had to play that clip. More trailers like that.
Wonderful.
It's exciting.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Actually, we'll go ahead and play it now. Here we go, baby. It is Warrior Island time. Let's do it.
The greatest martial arts masters
of all time,
champions
from around the world,
red ninjas,
protectors of the island,
black ninjas,
desire the power,
one angry cyclops
needs their souls.
Follow the code. Save you men.
Yeah, baby. You know what? That trailer scratched the action itch, baby. Oh yeah, that's good. Everything that I love, James, is in this project. Martial arts, ninjas. You have the legends in there.
Cyclops,
weapons, MMA stuff. I mean, everything that I love is in here. I mean, this is so good. So I have to start with the creator, Mr. Jefferson. How did this wonderful, amazing idea come about?
It actually goes back to when I was covering the UFC and Bellator for the media. I was doing a lot of interviews and stuff backstage for UFC. And I started to see that the traditional martial arts, the respect and honor was starting to wane, to disappear. And it was becoming just a sport, and it was getting very disrespectful. So I actually met Ron Van Cleef in Hawaii when working with Helsing Gracie. And Ben Perry was the director. We actually sat down and talked about what we could do to kind of bring back the traditional values of what martial arts was meant to be. And we started a fight league back then called Global Proving Ground. We produced about 36 fights.
Wow.
For NBC Sports and some things, and it was difficult to compete with the UFC because of the dollars and the market reach they had. But at the same time, we had started the comic book series of Warrior Island, and people started to like that. So we're up to comic book 13 and 14 now. Our goal is to get a comic book once a month. And that's the actual comic book 13. It's a little bit of an origins one.
That looks phenomenal. The
It's going to be good.
artwork.
We have 4 very high quality artists. A couple of them will be at the premiere.
Amazing.
But everything is about the Tiki Code. The Tiki Code is about teaching the warriors, the fighters of the world, who are the heroes of the world, because it takes courage. And the number one thing they look up to in people is courage. The number one fear is public speaking, but the number one thing that people look up to is courage.
Yes.
And anyone that can step into a ring or a cage or a mat or an action film, they have courage to get hit or to hit. So we take that, build it into the Tiki Code, which encompasses everything from honor, respect, integrity, strength, all the things that make up a warrior are part of this Tiki Code. So it's follow the code, save humanity, by teaching the warriors of the world, hey, live by this code, very similar to the Bushido Code and other codes in martial arts. And everything from the comic books to the TV show to the streaming movie we're doing now, the full feature film, eventually the video game and the animated series.
What?
Oh yeah, we're working on all that. So it's a full universe, and it's all about making the world a better place. As I mentioned earlier, all the grandmasters I've ever met say the thing they've learned the most is empathy. So, after a lifetime of being one badass mofo, they realize it's better to give a hug. So I think if we start to teach the younger warriors, yeah, you can be skilled and be amazing inside of a competition or in protecting people, but you really need to be a better human being so that people know that the most badass mofos are also the best human beings.
There you go.
And it's good versus evil. So, with every protagonist, you have to have antagonists. So we have the black ninjas against the red ninjas on the island. The red ninjas are the protectors, follow Steven's guidance and Ron's guidance. Silvio and I are kind of the middle management, if you would say, of the island. So we're making sure that the island and all things about the island are being run correctly. We have to dilly out some discipline once in a while. And then there's the Cyclops, which has a much deeper backstory than anyone knows unless you read all the comic books. The Cyclops comes from another part of the world and is there to take care of the fighters and the perpetrators that don't follow the code, and he takes their soul. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned on Warrior Island through all of the comic books, TV shows, and the video game is going to be pretty cool when we do it. It's going to be very similar to a Street Fighter. And the people on this call are also going to be characters. Demetrius already built some of our environment with his augmented reality stuff and
nice
3D stuff that he does. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. This is the first time this has ever been done in film. We actually had real fighters, real martial artists, and real action stars all in the same production with actual fights and action scenes. So it's never really, it kind of was like Barnum and Bailey. I had to kind of get all these rings going, make it all fit. And what happened was you had a very interesting family atmosphere of people that really bonded on a 4-acre tropical movie set of people that are action movie stars, martial artists, and real MMA fighters from fighters like from bare knuckle boxing, UFC, and other things. So a lot of respect, a lot of honor. I mean, I think we're excited already doing casting calls at Demetrius's event at the Urban Action Showcase and Expo. We're going to do casting call for next season, as well as Sheldon Lenich, our writer, will be there to look at potential talent for the major motion picture. But I'm only as good as the people I surround myself with, and I'm right here surrounded by amazing people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
James, one of the things I found pretty remarkable when you had all these masters and all these different styles and no ego. Everybody just loved each other. I mean, we had a ball. I got to talk to Ron and, really, I've known Silvio for 10 years, but we never really got to talk. And I think that was one of the great takeaways I got. So many dear friends, no ego, everybody just celebrating each other. It was a wonderful experience.
That's amazing. And I'm glad
I was peeking at some of the footage and some, the whole first episode, the whole first hour is on the timeline, and the directors and editors had me on a Zoom call the other day. I was watching some of the stuff. It's magnificent 4K. Amazing.
Right.
And then it's very emotional when you have 12 years and millions of dollars and lots of sweat equity and bootstrapping, and it gets to that point. It's very emotional, and to know that I have the friendship of these people, it's easier to get up every morning and work hard. So that's important to me.
Well, man, this sounds phenomenal. This project just keeps getting better and better. But I got a quick question for Ron from chat here. Says, did anyone know Jim Kelly and Bruce? Well, Ron, you trained with Bruce, correct?
Yes, we were classmates in Hong Kong. I studied Wing Chun with Leon Ting and Samuel Kwok, Duncan Leong, Jason Lau. I started my Wing Chun training in the 1970s.
Wow, that's amazing.
Jason's going to be with us next year on Warrior Island.
Jason Lau.
Oh, great.
Oh, nice. All right. But speaking of a plethora of amazing, talent involved, I'm going to give a little shout out in this video and let everybody else know that's watching. Who else? What other awesome legends and badasses are involved in this project? So let's take a look. Yeah.
And there's a lot more too, because there's
almost
100 people on set.
I couldn't fit everyone, but yeah, just wanted to show, give a little video shout out to all the people involved. There we go. So badass people watching right here. Todd Johnson says that trailer was dope. The Warrior Island trailer. He's all on board. They are excited. So Silvio, how was your experience filming Warrior Island?
Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, some of the things I keep hearing from the other gentlemen involved today is utmost respect for each other. There's one thing that was evident. Every single person that was there had held in very high regard for their achievements and their skills. And naturally, walking away from that film set, I was inspired and motivated in so many different ways. Having worked with so many legends and having to spend some time with Ron Van Cleef and Stephen Hayes and talking to them and learning and picking something up. So it's been a very different film set to what I've been used to, because I've known most of these guys for decades, for a number of years before we started shooting this. So the energy, the vibe on film set was very, very different to anything I've seen before. First of all, there's been we've known each other for many years, but there's been immense respect between each other. No ego, like Stephen was saying, no ego whatsoever between the cast and crew. So very positive, very good energy and vibe.
Awesome. Copy that.
I believe that same vibe is going to be at Demetrius's event. So there are tickets available. There's VIP tickets. Demetrius does a really nice job. You get like a Warrior Island lanyard. You get a Warrior Island autograph trifold thing, which is amazing. You're going to get to meet a lot of these stars. This is the first kickoff of other premieres we're going to have around the world. So this is the one that's going to be over the next few months. So this is the one to be at. But then some of the other stars you'll meet at some of the other premieres around the world. So it's very exciting. New York City, Times Square.
Yeah.
AMC Empire 25 Theater. It's a beautiful place. It's you can see Enter the Dragon. You can see Only the Strong.
Yeah.
You can see, just great movies all for one ticket. It's unbelievable. So you can get training and action and try out for the movies. There's no other event like this. It's the only one I've ever seen that's like this. So
you gotta go. You gotta go. That's right.
Silvio, or we'll send ninjas to come get you.
Yes. Their karate is meaner. Silvio, James said you play kind of like an enforcer type character on the island. How many action sequences are you involved in?
Oh God, top of my head, I think the action sequences two or three.
Okay.
There's been quite a bit of dialogue, but 2 or 3 action sequences. You have to remember the screen time was shared amongst lots of reputable and
Yeah.
acknowledged masters. So be ready for lots of really cool action from some of the biggest legends.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, at least we get to see you throw down. That's what I'm sure James let you shine. And James, I have a request. I have a request, my friend.
Oh boy.
With Steven's amazing voice, by the way, you need to have him in some way for the movie do it like an opening narration. Maybe that can happen.
Oh yeah, his voice would be very memorable in any situation. So
Yeah.
we have a chance. One of the segments of the show is there's a dragon of truth, and there's a temple that the fighters have to come to and meet the Grand Masters to find out, are you really learning the code? What kind of a human being are you becoming here? Because these fighters have been taken there against their will. This is not something they chose to do. So I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but it's if you like movies like Enter the Dragon, if you like movies like The Last Dragon, Big Trouble in Little China, all those movies and all the Kung Fu theater led me to come up with this idea around the Tiki Code. So it has a little bit of everything, but something a little different as well, and it will. It'll want you to keep coming back for more. We're going to be doing this every year for the streaming movie TV show. The Hollywood production houses think that the major motion picture will be a trilogy, and then the video game will be ongoing like Mortal Kombat, and then the animated series. So we're very blessed to have friends that can do all this stuff, and if they don't, they know someone that does. So we keep. I get speechless with it sometimes because it was just an idea that I had that I told Ron about 12 years ago, and then that winter I told Silvio and everybody at the Action Martial Arts my idea, and then people wanted to help, and it just kept going.
Phenomenal. Well, here's I love this photo right here. This just to show the dedication and how you see the beginning and the end result here. I mean, look at this. Look at this dedication. I mean, man.
I don't want to take credit, but I did build this pretty much by myself.
But it's phenomenal. I mean, look at that.
No, that's not mine. That's Jason Lau's.
Yeah, but it's still
that one down the bottom is Jason Lau's. I got the idea. Go back to that. That's Jason Lau's temple in Smyrna, Georgia. That gave me the idea.
Right.
Ours is a little different, but yeah, that's where I got the idea from. Was from Jason Lau's temple.
Yeah, so I wanted to show the beginning and the Lao temple and the final product here.
There's my wife.
Phenomenal, man. Look at that. That looks so good. Talk about the photo on the top, James. What's going on in that scene right there?
This is me walking by the temple after a long day of having to deal with the fighters. And Ginger Lotus is played by my wife, Nicole. She's just resting at the temple. Awesome. And we have a little discussion you'll see when you watch the show. It's kind of funny. But it might be a little spark of a future romance with my wife.
There you go.
What I think is uniquely different about Warrior Island to most martial arts films that most of us have come across is most martial arts films we've come across and watched previously tend to focus on only one aspect of martial arts, which is the physical attributes of martial arts.
Yes.
And only the physical aspects get shut upon. Within Warrior Island, the spiritual and mental aspects of martial arts are brought to the surface, which is very different about it. So it shows martial arts in a slightly different light.
I think watching, watching not only the relationships I have with these amazing people and all the other amazing people, my big brother from another mother, Alan Goldberg, but learning about Ip Man and Ip Man's personality. And I know the movies isn't exactly like him, but watching all the Ip Man movies too is that, he really cared. He really did care in the movies. I never met him. I mean, Ron, I don't know if you met Ip Man or you probably met his son. Yes. But there's a lot of caring involved in real martial arts. I mean, from India and Western China, martial arts evolved to be someone to protect the village, someone to protect the crops, the loved ones. It all evolved as a protection, and then eventually ended up having to be like a war level. But yeah, I mean, it's about caring when you get to the root of it.
Copy that. Ron, how was it working with this legend right here?
Tayari, I've known Tayari about 60 years. We're actually related. His wife and my ex-wife were sisters. So we've known
Wow.
each other a long time. We worked for Jerome Mackey. I ran 15 schools. Tayari was so helpful in helping me keep that project together. Tayari's an amazing individual.
Nice.
He's
So it was
an
like
amazing individual.
just old friends reuniting and doing what they do best. I love it. I
There
love
he
it.
is.
And Shadowfist 2 down there, shout out to Robert Samuel. Shadowfist 2 is phenomenal. I enjoyed that when that premiered last year. That was one of my favorites. But Ron, what's going on in this scene here at the top? You and Steven up there. You guys training what's going on in that
We
scene?
were training the fighters at the complex. Tayari, Stephen, myself, we taught several techniques to the different fighters.
Nice.
It was great working with these guys. There's so much great talent out there. And when you see people like Silvio and Steve, they're amazing themselves. I mean, their origins, their history. I mean, it's kind of amazing that we. Thank you, James, for getting us all together, because it's been quite amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate the gratitude. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And Demetrius, thank you so much for all your support for all these years. Truly, it's been an amazing adventure.
Well, first of all, Grandmaster got me my first major HBO commercial, 1996.
Look at that.
Wow.
So Grandmaster supported me for a long time, and I'm grateful.
Yes. Here we go. Todd says it's a master. It's an honor, Master Van Cleef, to be here. Look at that. He's happy to be here, hanging out with the Grand Master himself. That's right. And look at this. Look at it. Surrounded by more ninjas. Look at this. Now, this is, again, what brings me to the dance, James. Ninjas. I'm telling you. And Steven, I know you were excited. I know you were like, finally, someone's using me. Someone's using me to do something. Do it right. Do it correct. So were you excited when James hooked you up there and contacted you to be a part of the project?
Oh yeah, I was delighted. And I'd heard so many of my friends were going to be involved, and it just worked out that I had the time and could make it to the secret location and film and the whole concept. And as Silvio mentioned, not just fighting, but you'll see in the final show, there's a transformation that happens with this very arrogant MMA guy who's forced to come onto the island. I don't want to give away too much, but how he changes and how he grows and how he sees his role in the martial arts as something different, bigger. There's more responsibility, more humanity in there. So everything about this,
that's amazing.
It was right up my alley, my alley. It's what I love to teach, and it's what I love to encourage. All the fellows that are here on the show and also on the set. Everybody's a decent human being.
The black ninja costumes uniforms were designed by Steven and are available at Century Martial Arts.
Amazing.
Yeah, you can buy. Now, how about those red ones? You can't buy those.
No, you cannot buy those. Those are proprietary Warrior Island. Can't hide anywhere. Red ninja uniform.
Yeah.
So, authenticity.
Look at that. Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
Yeah, look at that. But this shot right here, I was like, I'm watching this. You didn't even have to have Warrior Island on there. Just the shot of them.
But I had to.
I'm just like sold. Just sold from this image right here. Like, I have to see this. I have to watch this. And how did was the Cyclops always planned, the character? Was he always planned to be a part of it?
Yes.
Man, what a great look. And he's got an axe. That's how you know you got a great villain. Huge axe and an eye patch there. Look at that. Perfect. How was it bringing him in? Was he your first choice?
He's been the first and only from the beginning. That's Neil Goliath Grove. He's fought in the UFC, Bellator. He's also a traditional karate and kung fu guy. He's a 6'6" specimen. Wonderful man. Never acted before, but did an amazing job. And he's also obviously in the comic book. Everyone that's in the movie and TV shows is also in the comic book. It's the only it's the only real comic book that has real people in it. That is action heroes that you can meet and get autographs and stuff.
It's
so
phenomenal.
It's pretty cool.
Well, I love your design, the Ronin there. I love your design there. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, got a little shot here of the action. Look at David showing off there, kicking the Cyclops there. Look at that. And who did the makeup effects?
We had a whole staff. There was a whole staff of people.
Nice, nice.
It was wonderful. We got a lot of college graduates out of film schools that just have great. They came fresh off of the Walking Dead set, which was perfect because Cyclops is almost a Walking Dead. So
yeah, nice. Look at that. That's awesome. But yeah, look at that David showing off there, doing that jumping sidekick.
Yeah, stunt coordinator Bill Pugh in the background there did a really wonderful job for us. He's see him right there in the blue shorts and white. He was great stunt coordinator. So we were blessed to get him through Jose Torres and Demetrius and all those guys. They do a lot of work together.
Yeah. I'm excited, definitely excited. And you may know this guy. He's excited as well.
Hey guys, sorry I could not join the live. I'm in the middle of filming another project, but a couple of things I want to say about Warrior Island. What an amazing, pleasant experience. Want to thank creator James Jefferson for putting it all together. I know it's been a very long dream of his, and we really captured some magic, so you guys are going to be very excited about it. All those great martial artists there, like Ron Van Cleef, Stephen K. Hayes, we got Silvio Simac. So many amazing individuals. Too many to name. I don't want to forget anybody. Too many to name, way too many. But you guys are going to be in for a treat. It's going to be very entertaining. And just kind of sharing some of my experience, man. Like, I had a wonderful time working with everybody, of course, the director, Michael Feldcore, of course, the stunt coordinator, Bill Pugh. And then James was great. All the cast was great. A lot of good energy there. And, of course, I think everyone was going to mention Sheldon Lettich. He came out as an observer, but you could kind of tell he got into his directing mode of sorts and, was kind of like really helping out that production, man. And that was definitely a highlight. I think anybody would say interacting with Sheldon was a highlight there. But everybody was cool. Everybody was very cool. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the Warrior Island discussion, guys. And make sure to show up November 11th at the Urban Action Showcase, because I will be there along with a lot of the people you see in this podcast with the Warrior Island people.
All right. Thank you, David.
Ultimate professional.
Thank you, David. Yeah, thank you for that video, special message video there. But yeah, James, Silvio, Steven, Ron, Demetrius, everybody watching, I am excited for Warrior Island. This project just keeps getting better and better and better and bigger and better. That's right. And I cannot wait to watch it. I mean, come on now. You got legends. First, you got great locations, stuntmen, tons of martial artists, other martial arts legends and icons showing up. That's right. Talent all around. Filmmaking talent. And ninjas. That's all you needed. I should have just stopped at ninjas. It's got ninjas. People are going to want to watch it. Especially with Steven.
You got it. Yep.
Stephen K. Hayes approved ninja.
Yes.
Approved.
Which is more.
Finally,
really
on film.
That's right. Silvio's throwing down. You got the legendary Silvio Simac throwing down. David. We got great villains. We're going to have some action, some violence, but most important, a message. That's right, a message.
Follow the code.
Follow the code. Yes, and I'm going to end the stream here with this iconic shot of legends. Look at all these guys. This is what it's all about. Everybody coming together, to working hard to make something great. And again, James, thanks again for being here. Before we wrap it up, I'm going to go around again. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. Steven, anything you'd like to say to your followers?
Oh, I think I've waited 40 years, to be involved in some kind of a theatrical production. And I'm really proud of what has come together and what is the future to build on this whole Warrior Island concept. I think let's shoot for the sky.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
Silvio, anything to say before we wrap it up to your followers?
Well, I think I would just like to say that our creator, James Jefferson, has really proven and shown that consistency and persistency is always the key in any industry. And whereas most people would have given up by now after trying to raise the funds within first, second, third, fourth year, he kept his dream going for 12 years and come to realize it. So keep it up.
Oh
Be a
yeah.
good one.
Oh yeah. And Grandmaster Ron.
I'm so very proud to be part of this project. Thank you, James. It's been a long road, but it was a wonderful experience working with everyone. And thank you, Silvio. Silvio's actually going to be one of the villains in my new video game, Hotel the Black Dragon.
Really?
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. All
Wow.
right. Oh man, I can't wait to check that out. That is awesome. Yes. And here he is, James.
Well, this is just the start of something big. We have lots of stuff coming down the pike here, and just be ready. Just be ready for some stuff that's going to shock the world. And I'd like to thank Dana White and the UFC for doing everything wrong so I can fix it.
It's amazing. Oh man, that's the perfect way to end it there.
Wow.
There we go. I got chat
Wow.
saying 10 out of 10 stars for the Warrior Island project. Chat is excited as well. That was a perfect segue to end the stream. What? Well, I can't forget about my other brother here, Demetrius. Anything before we go?
Yeah. Saturday, November 11th, AMC Theaters, Times Square.
Oh yeah!
14-hour action cinema megathon. Be a part of the action. Show some love and some honor and respect for these people who've laid the foundation for what you see today.
That's right. Respect. Yes. So make sure you guys show up. Urban Action Showcase.
Show up to the Urban Action.
Yes.
Show up.
Show up. Spread
Show
the word.
MC Empire 25.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Again, all of you guys here in the panel, don't go anywhere. But all you badasses, hey, check the links in the description box below. All of you lovely people watching. Follow all of these legends here. That's right. Everything's down there to follow the Warrior Island universe, Urban Action Showcase, all that good stuff. And hey, if you enjoyed yourself, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Old Samurai Guy. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Keep kicking. Ninjas, baby. Ninjas.